Welcome to Passages, the podcast where life gets deep, friendship gets real, and the wisdom of the Bible flows, usually right after a debate about tacos and Bigfoot. Join Patrick Birch, Drew Kaiser, Jason Pulliam, and Tim Layton as they explore Scripture, share great quotes, and occasionally get sidetracked by snacks and bad preachers.
We're back. All four of us tonight. It's been too long, guys.
Guys,
been too long.
I've done nothing but stress about last week.
Why? You did a great job.
I actually thought about bringing a list of all the things that went wrong last week and making that my guest spot, or my segment, rather.
I mean, it couldn't have gone wrong when you had the owner, CEO of Jack Henry Associates in here. He referred to as my company multiple times.
Yes.
So we know where that's going. I picture him as the CEO boss in Christmas Vacation walking down the hall. That is McKinsey at Jack Henry, I'm pretty certain.
I have to issue a correction, though. I appreciated Eli's segment, but going back to the episode he was responding to, yes,
we can't have the rebuttal, your rebuttal to his rebuttal to you.
But I have to correct
like a
something.
debate. He gets to come back.
Yeah.
You have 1 minute. Go.
Okay. All I need to say
Please cut his
in my
mic
refutation is that my piece that he was responding to was not why I hate youth ministry.
No, it was why you hate youth ministers.
No, it was why I left youth.
Yeah.
No, it was why I left youth ministry, or you could say why I'm no longer a youth minister.
I think maybe we
didn't say I hate it.
I think we turned it into that for you.
I paid tribute to youth ministry on that episode, and it's there for the ages.
Yeah.
That was
you can go back and listen to it and see for yourself.
Wasn't that the night that you came back from that trip, from that great trip that you hated so much?
I don't know if I ever used the word hate.
No.
It sounded like you had a wonderful time on it. Really?
Really?
I mean, like partay.
I didn't say I had a wonderful time, but I didn't say I hate youth ministry.
I want to admit that first segment, though, where y'all were talking AI and stuff, I had to tune out because you were talking over my head.
You know,
y'all kept using these big phrases and words.
I got to thinking while McKinsey was talking that I should stop him and say something like, hey, can you explain what an LLM is for our passengers? And I just didn't, because I was so nervous trying to keep things on track and keep him on topic, because he kept wanting to talk about the room.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you texted me and Tim during the recording saying, I'm having trouble keeping up with McKinsey's wit.
Yeah.
And staying on track. You did a fantastic job, Patrick.
You did.
Thank you.
See, Patrick,
thank you for
he not only
the consistency.
he not only gives commentary, he runs our sound, he does the fact checking, he does the editing afterwards.
Yeah.
I mean, and then he had to kind of lead the way last week. That was a lot of plates to keep spinning.
And what's crazy is he gets paid the same amount we do.
Yeah.
That's right.
I would also like to point out, if we're just sort of listing the sins of last week, when we got to Bad Preacher, completely forgot to play Bad Preacher, the intro.
I did want to say there was a little dead space there.
Yeah. Well, I remembered while I was editing and listen, because I always listen to a little bit. I don't like listening to myself, and I was like, wait a second, something's missing here. And I realized what I had forgotten, and I edited that in. So hopefully nobody noticed too much if I hadn't said anything.
It sounded good.
Yeah,
editing.
The whole thing was good. Hey, I was on the road listening to it, and it gave me a good chuckle. So
I too was on the road, not quite as long a trip as you, and it was very entertaining. I enjoyed it. I don't get to sit on that side of the mic very often.
No, and it was entertaining. So I'm back from my trip. Had a great trip. I want to tell you, 8 or 9 states in 5 days is a lot. I made it 3,400 miles in those 5 days, and had an absolute wonder. Guys, I have restored my hope in humanity. There are still places in this country where you can go and people are not there. It was amazing.
I believe that means you've restored your faith in a lack of humanity.
Yeah.
Okay,
I believe
so
it.
I think you're just saying you got away from humanity.
I got away from
Essence
people.
of humanity.
There was one point going through Kansas where I think I went for an hour and saw maybe 2 cars and 2 houses going down dirt roads. It was really cool.
If you go out west,
Yeah.
you quit worrying about overpopulation.
Well, and
Plenty of room on Earth.
even in a smaller metroplex like the Leeds Moody Metroplex, sometimes you feel a little crowded in. You can't go down the street without there being traffic and frustrations. There's really no traffic out there.
Did you
Now,
have
there
any
might be a cow crossing the road, but there's no
Gotcha.
traffic.
Did you have any songs about dirt roads on your radio while you were listening, or
Well,
while
you know,
you were driving down dirt roads?
The first night on my ride, so I left Leeds, Alabama, Moody Leeds Metroplex at 8:30 on a Thursday night and made it all the way to Little Rock, Arkansas. And that is, I pulled into Little Rock around 2:30 in the morning, I think. And I listened to music all the way there. And then my good brother at the other end of the table suggested a audio drama podcast to listen to, which is like, I guess it's like an audio book, but there's actors acting it out and speaking different parts. And I spent the next 40 hours in the car listening to that. And I'm still, I got into season 5 on one of them on my way here this evening. So it was a great trip. Got to see a lot, got to see a great concert. If you ever get to go out west, you got to go and see a concert at Red Rocks. It's everything that you read about it, everything it's built up to be. I was not disappointed.
We tried to keep our passengers abreast with the pictures that you sent on the Instagram account,
Yeah.
passages underscore podcast.
Yeah.
If you want to
We
follow
got to
that,
shorten that.
that's fine.
We need to see if like Passages Pod is available.
And then we got to call John back in, redo the
I
outro.
know if we stick with the syllables that are already there, I think I can just edit it together.
All right. Well, you don't have anything else to do, so get to work on that.
But so tonight, for my segment, I wanted to settle a debate we've had here. I have noticed some tension in recent weeks, Patrick and Drew over grammar.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Jason.
Wasn't that laid,
Why are you,
laid
Jason?
and lied or something?
Laid, lied.
Why are you bringing up the
Lay-
past, Jason?
So
Just because
tonight,
Patrick has a problem, that doesn't mean I have a problem.
so today it struck me as a good idea to go to EnglishTestsOnline.com. Not a sponsor, but we'll still drop.
Is that the actual?
Yeah, it's on the middle of the page.
Oh.
EnglishTestsOnline.com. A lot of different choices.
I didn't see that in the line down
me
the middle.
either. Me either.
That's really shocking.
It's on the page. And I downloaded an intermediate level English grammar MCQ test with answers upper intermediate level.
What does MCQ mean?
I don't really know.
And next to it has 11, so I assume 11th grade.
No, this was the 11th out of about 40 possible.
So this is like an 8th grade or something.
And I went
Yes,
through and
maybe.
tried to find some that looked good.
I don't know.
6th grade.
I don't want to know.
I've
Fourth
already
grade.
heard some negative comments about this, but so we all took this test before we started, and I now am going to open the envelope with the answer key in it that has been sealed since it came off the printer in my office at lunch today.
It's been in a, what did Johnny Carson used to say? It was in something in a Funkin' Wagnall's dictionary or something.
When he had the wrap on his head and he put
Karnak the Magnificent.
Yeah,
right?
okay.
Yeah,
Please,
wait, what did
please
you-
enunciate
what
that
did you call
very
that?
clearly when you say that.
Tim?
Karnak the
Karnak.
Magnificent.
No,
Oh, no.
no, before that.
Funk.
Yeah.
Tim.
Tim.
You never heard of
censors,
Funk and
Tim.
Wagnalls?
No, I have not.
I have never heard of
Oh,
that.
man.
And I did watch
We
some
are the
Johnny
parents.
Carson.
Yeah.
All right,
Come
guys. Let's go through this and let's see. I'm just going to call out the answers. We'll go through them quickly so you can mark them right or wrong.
Oh, honor system. We
Yeah,
don't need to
I trust
change-
you.
we don't
No,
need
we're
to
not
change-
swapping.
I must say
Swap.
that if there had been some none of the above on some of these, I would have selected it. But
Indeed.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
All right.
Number 1, answer is E.
Yes.
Number 2, answer is A.
Mhm.
3 is A. 4 is E.
Why am I
5
nervous?
is C. 6 is C. Well, I'm on a roll now.
Must be
7
butter.
is D. Nope, sorry. 7 is A.
Whew.
Wait.
7 is A.
Hey, on number 7, I have a question. Is Ali male or female? A-L.
It's Ali.
Ali was a man whose
Yeah.
daughter refused your proposal.
Yeah. It
Okay.
says Ali.
I just keep going.
All right. Number 8.
What? Wait a minute. Hold on. Can we stop on number 7 for a second?
7 is D.
No, you
7
said
is
A.
A. 7 is A.
Okay, let me read this real
Wait,
quick.
we'll come back.
Well, but I got a problem. Okay, all
It's
right.
going to be,
All right, keep
I
going.
think you should read it because our listeners are pretty bored just hearing the
Oh
letters.
no, I don't think
Hearing
they
us
are. This
great
is
at
great.
this.
This is great podcasting.
Okay.
I would like to come
It's
back
your
to number
segment.
7.
It's your segment. You take-
Yeah.
I'm sure.
All
that's
right, go ahead, Patrick. Go ahead.
what the remaining passengers think.
Yeah.
I'm glad we don't see the live numbers dropping off.
We're saying Ali is how you pronounce, or Ali.
I'm saying Ali.
Have you heard the great news, Ali? The man, comma, blank refused your proposal last year, has been arrested for embezzlement of government funds. Okay, where's
And now ICE has him.
the
The
man?
man whose daughter refused
Oh, the
your
man's
proposal.
daughter.
Yeah.
Okay.
there
Never
we
mind.
go.
Keep moving.
Yep.
Okay.
All
Okay. Let's see here. 8 is. I keep looking at my answer. 8 is B. 9 is D.
Oh shoot.
10 is A. 11 is C.
My heart rate is
Hold on. 9
through
was
the
D.
roof right now. I don't know.
9 was D.
You haven't
Okay,
missed
we're
one
coming
yet,
back to
have you?
that
No,
one.
and that's
Okay.
what's driving me crazy.
Yeah, 9 was D. 10 A.
Oh, no, we're not. Okay.
11.
10A.
11 was C.
Not 11.
11
yeah.
was C.
I've already done that one.
Yep. I was getting Patrick caught up. The
Sorry, guys,
genius
I'm-
can't grade his own papers over here. Come on, Sheldon. Number 12 is E. 13 is C. 14 E. 15 C. 16 A. 17 E. 18 C. 19 C.
Come on, baby.
20 B. Woo! I killed
All
the
right.
second half of this thing.
Well, thanks for
first
joining
half-
us tonight, everyone. That's the end of the episode.
All right.
Now for the grades.
Yeah.
All right. I'll go first because I'm pretty sure I'll have the lowest score. I missed 3 out of 20, which is an 85. I'll take it. Right?
I missed-
No. Yeah, that's an 85.
I missed 2,
Oh,
even though I was horribly confused on one of them.
this is the first B I've ever made. An 85 is a B, right?
I missed one and Drew
Guys,
nailed it.
I got 100.
Yeah. That's
I got 100.
that's not surprising at all.
Now,
Well,
I would like to say
Drew
these
can
are some of the
officially-
worst sentences I've ever read.
Yeah, we need to talk about number 8.
Okay. Yeah.
I got it right.
Let me read number 8 with the
Yeah.
correct answer in it and just listen to this sentence. Would you believe it? It was no other than our poor old postman who had fallen into that pond still holding on to his mailbags. Now, the first problem I have with this is you have the word it back to back. Would you believe it? It was no other than our poor old postman.
It was none other, right?
That would be easier to say
Yeah.
because you got no other together. It just sounds
How about if you
terrible.
just said, it was another?
That would sound even better.
Yeah.
Is you'd an acceptable contraction?
You
In
would
informal
you would
writing.
you'd
I don't even know what a contraction is, so don't look down here.
All right. The one that I missed, which I think I see now, is number 9.
yeah.
The desperate voice over the phone says, "Darling, I've got news for you. My niece Meltem," quite a name,
Melt them.
What in the
Meltem, together with her husband, 6 children, 2 dogs, and 3 cats, blank, come to stay with us for a whole month.
I did the same thing you did, I think.
And
so.
I went with have
Yep.
because I was thinking all this multitude here.
It's have is past tense.
Well, no.
I really don't know.
No.
I'm just throwing that out there.
It's the subject is
My niece
is a
Meltem,
singular. The subject is singular, so it's has, not have. Right?
Can we talk about the 800-pound gorilla in the room, which is the desperate voice over the phone?
Yeah.
What is that all about? Darling, are you supposed to read it?
That did not sound desperate.
The desperate voice over the phone.
Sultry.
Darling, I've got news for you. My niece Meltem,
Darling.
together with her husband, 6 children, 2 dogs, 3 cats, has come to stay with us for a whole month.
I think it goes like this. Darling, I've got news for you. My niece Meltem, together with her husband, 6 children.
Oh, there you go.
2 dogs and 3 cats.
Has
Come to stay with us for a whole month. And the reason is because of the together phrase there. I mean, if it had said, my niece Meltem and her husband, 6 children, 2 dogs, and 3 cats, would it not have been have
come, yeah.
at that point?
Yeah.
But because of the phrase, it takes all of that out of play, and it's my niece Meltem has come to stay with us for a whole month. Is that right?
And
Yes.
what's going on with choice B, which is just a series of dots?
Dots. I think maybe
Not
I
an
thought
ellipsis.
like just blank, like no words
I
needed.
thought about giving up.
That's
which
how
that
I
may be
feel.
surrender.
That's how I feel anytime we have a grammar
All
question
right,
in here.
so
It's just
when
some
you
blanks.
answered that one, you did that based on that phrase and took it out and then said, my niece Meltem has come to stay with us for a whole month. Is that right?
That's the one I cheated off of Tim on.
What do they call it when you
I got
when you
that
put
one right.
like Tim, comma, an elder, comma, came into the room? What's that? An elder? It's like an interjection or something. Is that what they call it?
I would call it, this is probably in the right term, but I'd call it a parenthetical statement.
Even though it's not
Something.
in.
Yeah, even though,
Parentheses.
yeah, that's why it's probably not the right term.
It's a modifier. It's Tim.
Yeah, modifier. There you go.
Yeah, he's a modifier. I missed
Which one?
number 1.
The you'd, yeah.
It took me a while to get a rhythm on this test because the sentences are so
They're bad.
wordy.
I think.
When I came in and y'all were halfway through the test and it took me about 5 minutes to do number 1, I thought,
It took
I
me
think
like-
I'm going to go ahead and go home now.
I panicked inside and I printed these off and
It's called an appositive. It's,
Yeah.
it's
I'm not going to use it.
yeah.
okay. So
And
number
a positive.
3, what was the A? You 2 were supposed to come. Okay. I don't know why I missed that. I put E. I don't know. Oh, well. Well, it just proves what we all knew.
I think the people who wrote this need to take their own test.
Yeah. I want to give them a test.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm telling you, Miss Murray, my high school 12th grade English teacher, would be so
She'd be
proud of
proud
me
of you.
making an 85 on this one.
That's
That
not
may be
bad.
the highest
Should we-
score I've ever made on an English test.
You didn't even study for it.
I didn't study for any of them in high school either.
Well,
Obviously.
there's your problem.
That's why
right
when
there.
I turned in that first paper, English Composition 101 at Lipscomb, I got an email from the teacher. Her name was Sandra Collins. And the email, this is a paraphrase because it's been 25 or plus years, so it's starting to slip. But the email basically said, if you have any hope of passing my class this year, you will come see me today at 4:00. That was perhaps the worst paper I
What-
have ever read.
Oh, wow.
What happened at 4:00 when you obviously went
I
to see
showed
her?
up and she sat down, and her first question when I walked in the room was, Did you take English in high school? And her second comment was, from now on, you will bring me every rough draft you write, and we will sit down together and work through them. And I credit her with me learning how to somewhat
Did you
write.
pass?
I did.
That's
and I
someone
took
who
her-
cares about.
was a
I
good
took her
teacher.
for English Comp 2, and I took her for
was
American
her name?
Literature.
What was her name?
Sandra Collins.
Let's remember Miss Sandra Collins.
yeah, Dr. Collins.
Fondly.
I
Got
don't
Jason
know that
to
she
be
cared
the
for
man
me,
he
but
is
she
today.
Teacher
that
of the week.
Teacher of the week
one
here on Passages.
non-science class that I had to take, she got me through it, so that was good. But all right, well, thank you for appeasing me, and it just proves. Are we going to hang these on the wall? Should we, with our grades
sure.
for posterity's sake? Yeah,
You got any gold or stars or anything?
I will
Smiley
bring some
face.
stars.
Sticker.
You missed one. He
I
gets
did
the
miss
gold
one.
star.
He
Yeah,
gets 2 gold stars.
Yeah, we
Here,
get like
pass your
bronze
test down
stars
here.
or
I'm
something.
collecting them. We'll send these home in your notebook at the end of the year with all your drawings
All
that
right.
you've done, Tim.
Oh, I know
Which
my name.
y'all want to go
is
this way or
Simon,
that way?
Oh,
and I
man.
like to do drawings.
Why don't you go, Tim?
All right. So tonight it was beginning to storm before church.
Finally.
And
it waited till it was time for me to walk out of the office, though.
Yeah, I thought it was never going to rain again.
And so Millie asked me, she said, when you were a kid, could you take a shower or a bath when there was a thunderstorm going on?
Oh.
And
I don't think we were allowed.
No,
not until the thunder was gone.
And so that brought me to thinking about old wives' tales, and so I looked up a few that I thought I'd share this evening. So here's number one on the list. You would guess this one would come. Swimming after eating will give you debilitating cramps.
I heard that expressed as law.
Mm-hmm.
My grandmother would get out her timer, little kitchen timer, after you ate lunch, and you were not going in her pool until that thing had run 30 minutes off.
Yeah. This is, no, you won't drown if you don't wait at least 30 minutes before jumping in the pool. The doctors at Duke Health say the science behind this tall tale is all wet. While the body does send extra blood to aid in digestion, it's not enough to keep your arms and leg muscles from functioning. Number two.
Told you, Grandma.
Y'all will all be familiar with this one. I'll let you even fill the blank in. Chewing gum stays in your stomach for
7 years.
7 years. While it's true that the human body can't digest chewing gum, it doesn't really get stuck in your body. The Mayo Clinic reassures us that it passes through your system more or less intact and comes out the other end. That still doesn't mean you should swallow it, but accidentally doing so now and then won't hurt.
And the septic tank man will tell you, though, it does stop up your septic tank if you've chewed and swallowed a lot of gum.
A lot of gum. Yeah. Number three. I think y'all might be surprised by this one. As being an old wives' tale, human urine heals jellyfish stings.
Wow, always heard that.
It's a positive. You're not debunking something.
No,
You're saying
you never had anyone urinate on you when you were stung by
I've never been
jellyfish?
stung by jellyfish.
But haven't you heard
really?
this, right?
Where have you been?
Now I'm more terrified of the remedy than I am the problem.
When you're swimming in blue jeans, it's hard for them to really get through to your skin.
You'd have to get on a beach first.
Jason, can we clarify something real quick? Have you ever had anyone urinate on you at all?
I mean, that was Granddad's cure for most problems. No, I'm just kidding. I've never had that.
That explains a lot.
I've never had that.
Let's get through this one quickly. If you or your loved ones get stung by a jellyfish, don't use this mythical healing technique. Peeing on a jellyfish sting won't make it feel better. Instead, the Mayo Clinic recommends removing the stinger with fine-tipped tweezers and soaking the affected area in hot water.
We were all under the impression that you had verified the urine treatment.
Jellyfish leave a stinger?
I'm debunking it. Apparently so.
I've always heard you rub sand over it and it dislodges it.
Yeah, so I think that's
I'd like
why
a
you're
fact check on that.
That's why you're supposed to dive into the sand, right? Yeah. Recommends removing the stinger with fine-tipped tweezers and soaking the affected area in hot water or taking a hot shower for 20 to 45 minutes.
Oh, so like a teenager.
Exactly.
Wait, but jellyfish have stingers that they leave in you?
You just blew
Or are we
Patrick's
talking
mind.
about a bee?
It said stinger in the singular, which makes me wonder as well. Is there just
does each little tentacle have a stinger?
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what would happen?
I thought
when
it was
I was a kid,
thing.
It would have been somebody broke open a cigarette and got a nice poultice of tobacco and saliva, and you get a little pulp going on and you hold it on there, and you hold it right there.
Trick.
I remember getting stung at about 8 years of age at the ballpark, and some lady broke her cigarette open, spit in it, made a nice poultice.
Hey,
she
Isaiah made a poultice for Hezekiah.
Yeah.
Look it up.
Yeah.
It's biblical. I don't know about the tobacco part. But
All right, here's number 4.
And the saliva was a little gross.
Like, let's move along.
Coffee stunts your growth.
There'd be a lot of short people.
Have you heard that
You'd
one?
be really tall if that
I
were
would be
true.
tall.
Yeah.
Not only does coffee not stunt your growth, many people start drinking it after they finish growing, since its bitter taste doesn't usually appeal to kids or Tim. Harvard Medical School explains that the misconception comes from the idea that coffee causes osteoporosis. We now know there's no link between the two. Number 5, plucking gray hairs. The picture is of someone plucking one from their
To come back.
eyebrows. So we'll make 2 more grow in.
I've always heard that.
Each hair follicle only contains 1 hair, so plucking them will not cause more to grow.
Or no hair.
Yeah. If you can't stand the sight of gray hairs, trim them close to the scalp instead of plucking to avoid possibly damaging the follicle.
Mm-hmm.
That could lead to infection, scarring, or even bald patches. But let's just say that if that one gray one does come back, it has a mind of its own, and it'll go like this. Boing!
Yeah, straight up.
And I think it's also true that if a gray hair falls out of the top of your head, 4 grow back on your ears. At least 4.
That may be
That
true.
is absolutely true.
Yeah. Hey, now that you're through with that haircut, could you just knock anything on the inside or outside of that ear? That
My
you
barber
see over
doesn't
there?
hold back. She's like, I
same.
need to work on them eyebrows and let me get them ear hairs for you.
Oh, and if
I look like Yoda.
you know, mine starts like putting the clippers up. Could you hit these eyebrows for me? You know, these things right here. Could you
Like 2 caterpillars racing.
I would like to leave here no longer having the Brezhnev. All right. Number 6, sitting too close to the TV ruins your eyes.
That's not true.
This will come to a relief. Anyone who spends all day staring at a screen, sitting too close to the TV will not hurt your eyesight. The American Academy of Ophthalmology explains that it could cause temporary eye strain, which occurs when your eyes get tired from overuse. So don't forget to rest your peepers every once in a while.
Yeah, I mean, if TVs were going to cause you to lose your eyesight, then we would all be going blind from sitting in front of our screens all the time.
Right.
Not true.
Number 7. Have you ever heard this one? Cats suck babies' breath.
The flower?
No. No.
What?
Like
The breath out of a baby.
Like they kill a baby.
Relax, feline fans. Your cat will not suck your baby's breath from their body.
What?
According to an investigation by Live Science, this idea may come from
An investigation?
I knew we shouldn't have named that cat Lucifer.
This idea may come from a 300-year-old case in which a child was supposedly strangled to death by a cat. Today, we know the baby more likely passed from sudden infant death syndrome. While you should always monitor pets around babies, your cat likely doesn't bear yours any ill will.
Is this kind of like in Asian countries? Many people won't sleep with a fan in the room because they think it will kill you.
I don't know.
Is that?
I didn't know where you were going.
Cats,
Asian countries, I thought we were talking about delicacies.
No fan at all. No moving air because it'll.
Will a camera steal my soul?
Yeah. Yes.
I don't want to live in a room without a fan.
Yeah.
And in fact, if there's less than 2 fans, I really don't want to be in that room.
All right. Let's wrap it up here with a couple more. Shaving makes hair grow back thicker.
I've always heard that.
Yeah. Just like plucking, shaving has no impact on the thickness of your hair. The Mayo Clinic reassures us because shaving cuts the hair off at a blunt angle. It can feel thicker and look more noticeable as it grows back in. I will skip the one that said, I'm just going to read these others to you real quickly. Hair of the dog cures a hangover. I mean,
what is hair of the dog?
It's the hair of a dog.
How do you ingest that? Just with a nice...
Hair of the dog is a slang phrase referring to the belief that drinking another alcoholic beverage can alleviate hangover symptoms.
Oh. Why didn't they just say that?
This one says, there's nothing wrong with a good brunch Bloody Mary, but don't fool yourself. That morning after drink just delays the inevitable. The idea that, quote, hair of the dog, thank you, Patrick.
Yeah.
Cures a hangover first appeared in print
that makes more sense.
in 1546, but it's never been true.
Huh.
Cracking knuckles can cause arthritis.
Oh, I heard that.
Heard that.
I still don't crack my knuckles because of that, except for my thumbs.
Your parents may have told you that cracking your knuckles will lead to arthritis, but they probably were just sick of the noise. That cracking sound is just nitrogen bubbles in the fluid that lubricates your joints. If, however, you feel pain or discomfort while cracking, that may be a sign of an issue. Eating carrots will give you better eyesight.
There's some truth to that.
Eating too many carrots will turn you orange.
2 little carrots can affect your sight. That's a better way of saying it.
Number 12, I think this goes to 14, so we won't talk about
But it's the
these,
vitamins, not the carrots.
Being cold will give you one. Just being cold doesn't give you a cold.
No, it's cleaner to be cold. That's why ORs are cold.
Only get sick when you're exposed to a virus or bacteria. Yeah. Number 13, the 5-second rule. Bacteria transfers to food immediately. No 5-second rule.
Maybe not.
Have y'all ever heard this one? We eat 8 spiders a year.
I've heard that. Yeah.
Does that freak you out?
Any spiders freak me out. I saw a tarantula on my trip. It was actually dead. It freaked me out. It was about that big around.
There's no hard data to support it. We move around enough in our sleep to scare them off, so don't worry about accidentally swallowing.
Especially those with
the
sleep
creepy
problems.
crawlies. Yeah. All right, there's some old wives' tales.
That didn't make me feel very good because it seems to leave the door open for possibly 3 or 4 spiders.
Yeah, that is true.
My turn. Okay, so we had a big weekend this past weekend. Every year we had the Deep Youth Conference at Asheville Road.
Was this our fifth one?
Fifth one. Great weekend. Big crowd.
Would this have been our 4th one? We didn't do one in 2020, did we?
No. So that's 4, isn't it? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's 5. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25.
Oh, okay. All right.
Wow.
5th one and biggest one yet. Great crowds. All the speakers did great. But Saturday night we had a speaker and he said 6'7", and the crowd went wild.
I wondered what that meant.
And I asked my son about it.
No, I've never heard of it.
You haven't heard that?
Had you heard of it?
I have heard of it, yeah.
I realized it's time for an update of our glossary.
Okay.
Now, we've been calling this the Gen Z glossary, and I think this would be part 3, but really, Gen Z is getting older. They have entered the workforce. It's time to start looking at Gen Alpha. So this is a Gen Alpha updated glossary.
Does it involve 6'7"? Because y'all are going to have to fill me in on what that
I'm
means.
starting with that. And, keep in mind, audience, that we're going to have to, this is a public service that we do for you. And we have to keep updating all the time. This is one of the reasons I got out of youth ministry, not one of the reasons I hate youth ministry. One of the reasons I got out of youth ministry is the lingo.
He hates youth.
I can't understand what these kids are saying anymore.
He actually loves youth ministry. It's the youth he can't stand.
I didn't say that either.
And their parents.
All right. So, number 1, I have to get my hands up. 6'7". You have to do it that way, right?
Like
6'7". And it started with a song by Skilla.
Who?
Skilla, and the song is called Doo Doo.
You want to take a shot at that, Patrick?
Skrilla, I think.
Skrilla.
I think it's Skrilla.
Did I say Skilla?
Yeah.
You did.
Okay.
It's
Skrilla.
Yeah.
Song by Skrilla.
And the song's called Doo Doo.
Doot.
Oh.
The song is doo-doo.
The song is.
But
what a great Freudian slip.
Is doot-doot. But it actually is doo-doo. Yeah. Unlike gum, it will pass through to the sewer system.
They started doing sport edits.
We lost.
Especially basketball edits. There's a discrepancy over which basketball player it's about in the memes, but they say he moves like he's 6'2", although he's 6'7".
6'7".
And so now, it's starting in basketball.
Stop it.
But now kids just say it, and it doesn't mean anything. They just say it all the time.
Well, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah. Well, just
buckle
get ready.
up.
Yeah. Okay. Cindy or Get Cindy or Let's Get Cindy. It's from a video. It started out as a meme. Most of these things come off TikTok.
Cindy, like the girl's name?
Sendy.
Okay, Cindy.
Let's Get Cindy. And it's about shotgunning food or drink. So you go to Subway with your friend and you get a sandwich, get a foot long. You say, "Let's get Cindy." And you start shoving it down your face. Cindy.
I'm so glad we don't have a camera tonight.
Okay.
I gotta look at you.
All right.
We're having technical difficulties. Please
These are
stand by.
the ones I. These are the ones I felt.
Patrick is like this.
These are the ones I felt safe doing. Okay, I just scratched them off. All right. Brain rot, which is what we're doing right now. Brain rot.
Is that
Mental
spelled
degradation.
like brain?
Yeah. Brain rot is mental degradation from media, which is this whole list, really, is brain rot. Apparently, there's a Roblox game. You stole my brain rot.
Okay.
So
What is Roblox? I don't know what Roblox
some
is.
game,
That's a game.
app. Brain rot was the Oxford University Press Word of the Year in 2024. So,
Wow.
I mean, we're behind on this one.
Man.
But a quick Google on the word brain rot.
Mm-hmm.
It came from 1854.
Oh,
It was first
Really?
coined in 1854.
Yeah, but it was related to an amoeba at that point.
Yeah.
well, there are some words on this list that are used
yes.
for different purposes than their technical definition. Then you got UNC, UNC. That's for an older, maybe out of touch male. If you get called UNC, as I've been called by my son a few times, it is usually used in an affectionate way.
I call my uncles. My dad's brothers are Unc. What's
but,
up, Unc?
But this isn't
But I
for
don't
your
mean it that
uncle.
way, yeah.
UNC is for any older man you
That's out
like,
of
but
touch.
you kind of pity also at the same time.
Yeah, they have UNC status.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Then if you get a dead rose emoji, these are very popular right now. That has to do with sadness, loss, or general unwellness. Have y'all seen that? The dead rose emoji?
I have not.
I have
seen
not,
the dead
yeah.
rose.
I don't really speak emoji.
Get ready. Here's another number. And there was a battle between this number and 67.
6, 7.
I'm gonna.
You didn't
But
do the hand.
6-7
I'm
has
censoring
won.
the next time you say that.
41.
Hmm.
And nobody really understands what that means. It might mean to have a lot of something. I couldn't really put my finger on why people shout that word out or number out, but it's frequently shouted out in throngs of kids.
Another rap song.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it is a rap song. Yeah.
And it says here it is the AI meaning I don't trust. I'm sorry, I just don't trust it.
It's-
But it
yeah.
says it's slang for police in hips.
Yeah.
hip-hop.
That's
Wait, no,
And
that's
street-
that's an
no,
old
that's 50.
thing.
No, this is 41 right here. See? Meaning of 41.
It
But that's
Can
the
do
AI
that, but
thing.
that-
50
I-
is the police.
I fact checked that with my son, and that's not how they use it.
Okay.
They just say it.
Um,
It's hard for us to understand why people would use a number that means nothing, but this is
Oh.
what is happening in our
Is
culture.
this the one that stemmed from a song by rapper Blizzy?
Yes.
Boy.
But they don't use it that way anymore.
Okay.
I'm trying to. I did my research,
yeah.
guys.
Okay.
having a lot of something, right?
Yeah.
In the song or in the rap song, he says 41 years old, and
Oh,
he
I've heard
he is 41 years old and has 41 of everything.
Yeah.
So it has a lot of
That's-
something.
Yeah.
Mm.
If they even know that much.
Right.
But a lot of the kids using these
They just
don't
repeat
know
them.
what we're putting out there. Then if you're a sweat,
Oh, I've heard this one.
And
that's
you
for
live in
an
the South.
It's an intense gamer.
Oh.
And sometimes you'll hear, don't be a sweat. And don't be a sweat. Come out and play ball with us. Intense gamer. Now, my favorite on the list, clanker.
Mm.
Clanker comes from Clone Wars.
I was going to
think.
say that's a
It does, yeah.
that's a Star Wars.
It's a
reference.
and I love this. It's a derogatory term for bots and AI. Shut up, you clanker.
Now that's the first one I've liked. I think I like that one.
Yeah. You can talk to your computer or your phone like
Yeah.
that.
I like that.
Clanker.
Sounds like something Jason Statham would say.
Oh. Well,
Clanker.
oh, yeah. You can say it with a British accent.
Yeah.
That makes it even cooler.
For sure.
Chopped. Have you heard chopped? It's used a lot. It means ugly, disliked.
Really?
Okay, use it in a sentence.
She's chopped.
Okay.
That's not a compliment. Has somebody said that to you lately?
No,
Patrick?
I've-
So when we order
I
a
was trying to
chopped
decide-
salad, we're asking for the ugly salad at this
Yeah,
point.
I was trying to
Yeah.
decide if it was an adjective or how it was used.
I think it's an adjective. Tim just sent us dead roses.
Yeah, it was
emoji.
pretty sad.
I was wondering why he's so quiet over there. He's hunting it out of the thousands of emojis. Okay, we may have talked about this one before. Aura and aura farming.
Mm-hmm.
Aura is cool.
Okay.
You know, just
this is the one
overall,
where that kid's standing on the front of a boat doing like some little dance, you know?
Do that again. I missed it. One more time.
I hear aura all the time. I went to pick my son up at school, and a lot of times when I go to pick him up, 2 or 3 other guys get in the car with him, and I turn into a school bus. So I was taking these guys home from school, and a girl across the way, and at this age, they're real awkward with girls. She drops her water bottle, and it rolls across the ground. And some guy in the back goes, "Oh, she just lost so much aura."
Yeah. So stylishness, confident, suave, excellent is what it says here. Overall cool factor.
Now,
We have
do you
aura,
know what it means
right?
to?
We have aura.
Oozing. Aura is just oozing out of our
Sebum
pores.
and aura.
Oh, gross. Do you know what aura farming is?
That's
Or
where
can you guess?
your aura is so great that it's propagating to other people.
No, it's when you're trying to generate aura.
Okay.
You're aura farming. Okay.
My grandmother's name was Aura, and she was cool.
Oh,
So there's
wow.
that.
That is cool. That'd be a good baby name. Just if any of you are looking for one right now. A chat. Now,
I've heard this one.
We have chats. We've heard of chat rooms and chat bots and all that. But a chat is like your friend group, especially online, or, you know, maybe we'll refer to a text thread. They might call it their chat. Is that kind of what?
Yeah. YouTubers will say, "All right, chat, here we go," or something like that, referring to their audience.
So if I start
that's a good way
referring
to
to our passages group text as "What's up, chat?"
Yeah.
That's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right.
The people listening to this right now are the chat.
Okay.
Crash out. I think we may have covered this already. That's an emotional outburst or shutdown, just complete shutdown. Another one I think we've covered is op, but I believe there was some disagreement over what it meant.
OP?
OP.
I don't remember.
Is it pronounced op or OP? I've heard OP before.
You've heard OP?
Mm-hmm.
Ocean Pacific.
Ocean Pacific. I had Ocean Pacific t-shirts.
Yeah.
I haven't heard OP is like original post.
Like Panama Jack.
Op is like a enemy or an outsider,
Okay.
like an operative.
I've heard op meaning overpowered in gaming. So like that boss is OP or something like that.
All right. Now for the weirdest one in the list.
All right.
Melt or melt maxing. Now, did you catch this was some time ago, there was this obsession with jaw lines.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I believe there was a word for it. You may have brought that one up. I can't remember the words.
I remember us talking about it where you did
you trace your jawline and you accentuate your jawline. So now they're doing melting.
Mewing.
Mewing.
It's called
Mewing. There it is. Yeah. Mewing is maximizing your jawline. Melting is a reversal of that. And apparently kids are taking pictures of themselves scene by scene, frame by frame, shrinking back, tucking their chin in, and making their jawline disappear.
Like a double chin.
Creating a double chin.
Yeah.
That's melting.
Those are cool.
And it's irony.
You're saying that's cool.
We're cool, Tim. Woo! Now we're not because we just did.
Now, I was talking to my son about this, and Jackson said, "Look up One Trap Guy." He said it's like One Trap Guy. Patrick, you got to look this up. There's a guy who purposely builds up just one of his trapezoid muscles.
Yep.
To look bizarre for social media.
Yep.
Oh my.
And he looks really weird. One trap is normal. The other is
Completely
huge.
blown up.
Yeah. He's 19 years old, only trained like one hand with
just one arm.
Yeah.
He's got one arm is huge, and one side of his body is enormous, and the other is just small. He's like Captain America before and after in one person.
What an idiot.
Yeah. What is he doing to himself?
Idiot.
Well, we're talking about him on Passages, so I guess he's getting what he wanted.
When he's 60 years old and he's hunched over, he can't walk straight.
And alone?
Yeah.
Because who's going to date that guy?
Like, oh, here's Quasimodo. He's
accidentally crushing glasses at dinner because he picked it up with the wrong hand. He might
be able to date someone if they always stay on his good side, over here.
Yeah.
I mean that one side is jacked.
Oh, it is.
This guy.
Yeah,
if you could get jacked on one side, wouldn't you want that on both sides? Whatever.
I mean, he put in some work.
Yeah. He can't even stand up straight.
This is weird.
What if he could become the other trap guy and blow up on the other side and let this side wither back? Wouldn't that be that would be his next step?
He's got to do something to keep getting followers. And then another one I like is twin. That's your close friend. My kids were calling each other twin, and I didn't realize that was a nice thing till recently. Buns. That is taking the place of Funyuns, which is any bad thing is buns.
Okay, because
that's buns.
Okay.
Weird.
Almost done. Tough. Tuff. That's cool. It's usually your parents. Hey, that's a tough shirt. The shirt's tough.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
That's actually one of the older ones on the list.
Yeah.
I mean, it goes back long time.
Tough equals cool.
Yeah.
Well, somebody probably asked one time why kids were saying cool to mean what it means now.
That is true.
I guess I can, I don't know.
No, I can see like it.
Why don't you just say it's cool? Why
when you walk in and your sleeves are a little shorter, I'm like, that looks tough.
Yeah,
I mean, I get
tough.
that. Yeah. I mean,
It's a little different than cool.
Those pythons you've got there.
You wouldn't say the muscles those are cool muscles.
No, those are tough. Yeah.
That one trap guy's tough on one side.
I could think of other adjectives.
Insane. Mentally deranged. Okay, last one, clock it. That means take notice. Acknowledge. He said, blah, 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 clock it. Remember that. Something like that.
Isn't there a wrestler that used to stand up and say, acknowledge me?
This is for Nathan Haar. Leeds, Alabama. Acknowledge me.
Now, as he started saying,
clock it.
He'd be using proper grammar according to Gen Alpha. And that's quite a list.
That may be my favorite list we've done yet. There's some weird stuff on that.
That was fun.
I'm going to take these home with me.
You stole my brain rot.
One of my favorite 6-7 segments that we've had.
6-7.
No. I think that's the one that I hate. Probably of
It's
all
annoying.
the words, the one I hate the most.
Well,
I
there's
hear it
a
all
kid.
the time at home, and I just no. Stop
Have you
it.
seen the 6-7 kid?
No.
It'll make you hate it even more. There's a maybe 7th grader, in that age range that's very awkward for boys. And he's at a basketball game, and he went viral, not for the best reasons, because he's doing 6-7. He's just really hyped up at a game. 6-7.
Yeah, and he looks super awkward at the camera.
Yeah.
I think this is the rapper. Here's the kid. Yeah, he's gonna regret that when he gets older.
Oh, I think he already does. All right.
Well, speaking of brain rot, did you guys know that today was the rapture? Was supposed to be the rapture?
I heard after it was all over, I heard that it was supposed to be today.
Well, that's the question.
We're in
right?
trouble.
Left behind.
So, according to social media, don't make any weekend plans. Leave your phone unlocked and your passwords accessible for those left behind. And maybe leave your house and car unlocked with the keys easily accessible if possible.
So wait, they're saying, wait, we missed it by a few days. So they're
I don't know. So the date of September 23rd and 24th, so it was a double day, a 2-day rapture.
Yeah.
Appears to have originated from Joshua, something I can't pronounce, of South Africa. he is quoted as saying, "I'm just a simple person, no title. I'm not an apostle. I'm not a pastor. I'm not a bishop. I'm just a believer." And in the video, he says that Jesus came to him in a dream in 2018 and told him, "On the 23rd and 24th of September, 2025, I will come to take my church." The context, though, this is where it gets a little weird and brain rotty to me. Can I do that to brain rotty?
It makes perfect sense to me.
For
Joshua, because I can't pronounce his last name, says Jesus was telling me that by June 2026, the world is gearing up for the World Cup. But because chaos would descend after the rapture, there will be no World Cup in 2026. So I'm not really connecting the dots here.
Was the rain after the storm rapture tonight? Was that part of it?
Maybe.
First time it's rained in weeks.
After the rapture, there's supposed to be a 7-year tribulation on earth with
which would be watching World Cup soccer.
Yeah. So that's what he's talking about, is that chaos is going to descend on earth after the righteous are raptured and the righteous dead are brought up out of the graves and taken away from this place. Yeah. Then there'll be a 7-year tribulation, which is kind of like, for those of you who are still around, you're going to get a taste of hell, and maybe it'll turn you around before Jesus comes back to reign 1,000 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
that's So one creator on social media said that those who wanted to ensure they would ascend to heaven should place items that might contain demonic energy, like designer clothing, outside their houses. And another discussed how to style outfits to match the angel wings they would soon receive. You want to talk about some brain rot?
Yeah. And it is, none of this, I want to be clear.
Yes.
After I talked about the tribulation and everything, none of this is biblical. The rapture is not in the Bible. There's talk about people being caught up. Sure. At the end of time when Christ returns, the word tribulation is in the Bible, but not in the sense of a 7-year tribulation following a rapture. There is, in one place, in a very highly symbolic chapter in the Bible, Revelation 20, there's mention of a 1,000-year reign surrounded by a lot of other numeric symbology, and that is a figurative symbol of a complete reign, not a literal 1,000-year reign.
Listen, chat, I knew I was okay when I walked in the room today and Tim and Drew and Patrick were still here with me. Because out of this bunch,
your confidence in us.
I'm pretty sure I'm the guy getting left behind. But,
no.
Unc, I appreciate you saying that to clear that up there a little bit.
I like how you're referencing your flashcards over there.
I am. I've got them written down yet.
How many every year? There's one or two of these predictions that go wrong, and people still believe them.
It's almost like there's not a scripture that says no one knows that day but God.
Right.
But
almost like there isn't one, but
but
there is.
There is. And I'm pretty sure if you say it's coming on this day, you're wrong.
I do think it's funny, though, that social media influencers are trying to get people to do things like leave your phone unlocked and your passwords accessible for those left behind. Leave your house and car unlocked, I guess, maybe so the people that are left can have somewhere to live. And
you don't need it anymore. So,
right.
What's the problem with somebody else having it?
Just that's sort of interesting. I've never heard that associated with any of the other raptures we were supposed to have.
Well, my source may not be good on this, but I heard that some people sold all their possessions.
I'm sure, sure that happened.
Got rid of stuff. Basically ruined their lives because of this so-called prophet. Although he doesn't wear a title, I get it. That's what he said.
He's just a guy.
Luckily,
he's just a guy who ruined hundreds of lives.
Luckily for those who are left behind, I live with 2 teenagers that don't know how to lock a door. So, I mean, we don't even have to leave our kids.
Y'all sort of do this all the time.
We're set.
Yeah. I love when I come in the house and I'm like, oh, that door's unlocked. Oh, that door's unlocked. So, I'm just advertising that out there for those of you who
need. You just come rob Jason.
Just come hang.
Jason made reference to this. There was a guy, I think I don't remember his name, a few years back, who made a prediction. It didn't come true. And he said, I was off by 4 months or 6 months.
Yeah.
he made another prediction. It didn't come true. He was about 90-something years old, and he finally passed away in infamy. But a lot of these people, like Hal Lindsey, was doing this back in the 80s, sold millions and millions of books, made a fortune, and people still have him on television, interview him, look to him as an expert on end times and prophecies. And he has been discredited by his own predictions multiple times. I don't know why people listen to these guys, but they do.
I don't know, but I'm starting my book on it. If he can sell millions and millions of copies, I'm just going to start a book.
I've got a book in my office that I use for illustrating this point. 88 Reasons Why the Lord's Coming Back in 1988. And, the title says it all.
Yeah. I think that book's a little outdated now. That book.
I'm thinking thinking pretty quickly it got pulled off the shelves in 89. So
hope he sold a bunch before 89.
Well, I think it's time for a break, and be back with our passage here in a few seconds to you passengers.
All right, we're back with our passage. Our passage today is a poem. Y'all did a poem last week.
Technically, we did.
Yeah, it was a good one. This week we're going to do another one. It's short. We're going to do the whole poem. It's called "Peace of Wild Things" by Wendell Berry. Why don't we play it? And this is the author reading his own poem. And then after we play it, I'll tell you a little about Wendell Berry, and we can talk about what the poem means.
The peace of wild things. When despair for the world grows in me, and I wake in the night at the least sound, in fear of what my life and my children's lives may be, I go and lie down where the wood drake rests in his beauty on the water, and the great heron feeds. I come into the peace of wild things, who do not tax their lives with forethought of grief. I come into the presence of still water, and I feel above me the day-blind stars waiting with their light. For a time, I rest in the grace of the world and am free.
So that was a video. The video is really, really nice. Without the pictures, though, the background noise was a little distracting. But I wanted everybody to hear his voice, because that kind of tells you, I don't know, it gives the poem a little more weight. Wendell Berry is late 80s. Maybe he's crossed the 90 threshold now. Southern American poet. He lives in Kentucky. I don't know if you could tell from the accent. But he is a very interesting guy who was very successful in the literary world, got a teaching job at one of the Ivy schools in New York. And after about 5 years of that, he said, I've had enough of this. I'm going to go back to the family farm. I'm going to farm land with a mule. I'm going to promote small farming and write poems, essays, and novels. And that's what he's done ever since he was a young man. He turned his back on what most authors would look at as great success so he could live a simple life. And he advocates for that lifestyle. He thinks that all people should live that way, on a small farm, reading good books and writing, being creative and planting and taking care of the land. You can't put him in a box. He's not, if you think environmentalist, well, he cares about the earth, but he's not a environmentalist, politically speaking. He would differ from environmentalists in many ways, because he believes in this simple lifestyle that most people wouldn't want to live. But he thinks that's the only hope for the earth, is to live like that. Well, I picked this because at our age, with our kids getting older, this really speaks to me. It's a song for a worried man. And I see a lot of reverberations from Matthew 6:25 and following in the Sermon on the Mount, where Jesus says, "Do not be anxious about anything. And what you shall eat, what you shall drink, what you shall put on. Consider the birds and the lilies." Mm-hmm. You're familiar with the passage.
Right.
Well, he's lying awake at night. The least sound wakes him up. And the reason for that is he's in fear of what my life and my children's lives may be. I think it's a very important phrase in that poem. Not what they are. He's not worried about what's actually happening. He wakes in the middle of the night in fear of what my life and my children's lives may be. That's what Matthew 6 is all about, is sufficient for the day is its trouble.
And maybe most everyone has awakened in the middle of the night to a moment like this. If you haven't, I would say you're blessed.
Congratulations.
But,
yeah.
Right. But just that moment, it's like, a cold chills kind of moment. It's like you wake up and it hits you, and things in the night are always tougher. And you just have, this moment where, something that you can either, it's a solid thought or just a general concern or worry, and it hits you, and it's really tough. I like the thought that he has, right? That says, well, one of the things you can do, and I think you're right. If I don't know if he was a person who knew the Bible, I'd assume.
Very much so.
Okay. I mean,
very much
it's
so.
like, where else could this come from than that idea of considering the lilies? And it's like, might help you to just get out into nature and realize that God takes care of everything.
Yeah. There's another great phrase here, bouncing back and forth between the poem and Matthew 6. But he admires the animals who do not tax their lives with forethought of grief. Not grief, forethought of grief.
What may be.
That's what may be. Again, it's imagined. It's not real grief. And what keeps us up at night most of the time is that. Our imagined fears are so much worse than actuality. Mm-hmm. And he tells us, he gives us the way that he deals with it, the way he copes with it. He goes out into the woods.
It reminds me, as we read it, the first thing that popped in my head was the 23rd Psalm, where he talks about that he lies down where the wood drake rests in the beauty on the water, the great heron feeds. He talks about the presence of still water. And it reminds me of that part in the 23rd Psalm where he says, he makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. I mean, it's that same picture of God is his shepherd. He's walking him. He's keeping him from wanting. I think that I shall not want is I'm not going to be lacking, but I'm also not going to be worrying. And God takes, in this David, out into nature, and he's showing him the peace of the creation and saying, look, I take care of all of this stuff. You're going to be fine.
Yeah.
And I got that same kind of feeling as we read, or as he read that poem.
He, and And that connection is intentional. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind. I was thinking of Psalm 23. Yeah. Another psalm I thought of is Psalm 46. Part of that, there is a river whose streams make glad the city of God. And the most famous line in that, be still and know that I am God. Yeah. That still water, in the presence of still water, makes me think of those two psalms.
So one of the reasons I just took a 5-day road trip, 6-day road trip to see the world was because life had gotten extremely chaotic and I needed just to separate myself from that chaos. And I did a lot of what was said in this poem. I spent so much time in the great outdoors and in the beautiful world, hiking mountain ridges, seeing beautiful plants, wildlife, just the silence. I mean, there was one day I was hiking. I don't think I talked to more than 2 people, and that was just in passing on the trail. Hey, how are you doing? There's something to be said about the peace you find when you can get away from the chaos of life and you can have a quiet moment to really take in the beauty of God's creation. It really put a lot of perspective back into my life about, you know what, things sometimes seem chaotic, but God's got everything in control. I mean, it was such a cool thing. And part of what I did was went to a couple of hikes, got up to some really high places and literally just sat there in peace and quiet and just reflected, thought about life, thought about scripture, read some meditations or devotions that are in a book I have. And it was really peaceful and it gave me a sense of peace and calm in that moment. And that was something I had been lacking for a long time. And honestly, since I got back from the trip, I've been feeling more and more of that strain of the chaos of life.
That bittersweet thing is in this poem. I don't know if y'all caught this, but do you notice the end? Mm-hmm. For a time, I rest in the grace of the world and am free.
And that
honesty
last line,
there.
It just really struck me as we read that last night I was having a talk with Cassie about how frustrating it was having had that quiet, peaceful time and then walking back into the buzzsaw that is running a healthcare practice, both with patients and staff and insurance companies and all that. And just that huge disconnect between the peace and the chaos that occurs there. Now, my favorite line in this poem is where he said, and I feel above me the day-blind stars waiting with their light. I love that idea of the day-blind stars because they're up there. You just don't see them because the sunlight is so bright. They're hidden.
And there seems to be a lot more. First of all, it's just.
That's a really deep
clever.
Line. Yeah.
There seems to be a lot behind that symbol.
There is.
Like
it's a very
the invisible realities that they're there, even though you can't see them. God is, maybe that's God. God is there.
Yeah. That phrase of all of the phrases in this poem really stood out to me because, you know, there are days when the sun's up and you can see the moon. I mean, you can see it, but you cannot see the other stars, but they're there. And I don't know if he's reflecting back to the night is coming again by saying that, because the day blind, he says that they're waiting with their light. They're waiting for night to return so they can show themselves. So I don't know if he's looping it back to the beginning where he's talking about waking in the night and seeing those stars. But those stars there are still a reminder. To me, they're a reminder of God's presence.
Yeah, light is always good.
You probably interpret that a little bit like just faith also. Mm-hmm. I mean, you know they're up there even though you can't see them.
Yeah, exactly.
And then kind of what you're saying, you know they're coming because the world still turns.
Yeah.
And I guess for us as Christians, this example of going out into nature, I mean, it holds true, right? I mean, it's a good thing for us to do, and it can help us, and this is a truth. I think that the principle of getting away from the hustle and bustle of your life for prayer and meditation, for spending time with God. It doesn't necessarily have to be about nature. It just needs to be about getting away from all of the task and activity of everyday life. You've got to back away from that at times and spend time in this reflection of, if you don't do that and you just stay in the the hamster wheel of life, that it always ends up in burnout.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and the anxiety and the despair you feel just continues to grow and grow. And I think you're right. I don't think it has to necessarily be an escape to nature, but it needs to be an escape where you can find mental rest, mental health.
Something that
peace.
works for you.
Something that brings you peace.
Jesus did this all the time.
Oh, yeah.
He's trying to show us.
Yeah.
He'd go out to a desert area, a deserted place, a lonely place is one way to translate that. He sought solitude for a time, and I'm sure Barry was thinking about that as well.
Well, even God rested. I mean, 6 days of creation, day 7, God rested. Man was 1 day old. I mean, I'm seeing Adam in his adult form, but instead of, day 6, God creates man. He didn't say on day 7, okay, man, I need you to do this. He said, hey, we're going to rest. We're going to take it easy. And he rested from his work. He rested in general. And it's a good sign to us that we need that time.
Absolutely.
For rest and refocusing.
So I'm finding here sort of a progression, and I'll be vulnerable for a minute, but sort of like a midlife crisis progression. If you take it a little at literal or face value, at the beginning, you're laying awake at night wondering, what's my life been? And then I got the rest of it to go. So am I doing the right thing? Am I doing the thing I want to do, the thing that I enjoy, or any of that? And then the phase 2 is taking a break, going on a vacation, whatever it is. And then phase 3 is, you learn how to rest against you talked about it, Jason, against the chaos of everyday life. I feel like I'm in phase 1 of this right now. Just, do I want to sit behind a desk for the rest of my life, doing IT computer stuff, or do I want to go find something else to do? But if I go find something else to do, can I still support family? Is the family on the right track? I got one in senior of high in high school now and about to go off to college, and she's starting down, that general path. And that's scary. Choose the right school, the right program. And is she going to like what she's about to go, she's convinced that she wants to go do. You got a middle schooler who, you leading down the right way, total different personalities. So you can't treat them the same way.
Right.
I don't know.
I'm right there with you there.
I think you can, keep the desk job, but you've got to get away sometimes.
Yeah.
To yourself and reset. There's renewal here. There's resetting, and it won't last. There's a warning for a time.
For a time,
you can rest.
Well, it's about self-care, making time for self-care. And so I deal and have always dealt with mental health stuff. And sometimes it's nice just to have a chance to be to yourself, to reset, because in that reset, you kind of gain perspective. In the moment at work, there was a day a couple of weeks ago, and it wasn't the one we talked about on the podcast, but there was a day where at about 11:15 in the afternoon, I had to fight myself to not just walk out the back door, get in my truck and leave. It was that frustrating of a day. And we all have those days. You have that day in ministry. You have that day with AT&T. You have that day with your company.
I remember a sermon I was preaching.
Yeah.
It wasn't here, interestingly enough. And in the middle of the sermon, I was seriously looking at the exit and I almost just walked out. I don't know. I don't even know why. I mean, yeah, I do know why, but I won't get into all that.
But we all hit those moments it's just burnout, of just fatigue. We're tired of this same grind. And I have spent way too much of my adult life living in that grind and living in that fatigue and not making time for myself to do things I enjoy. And part of that, my purpose in taking that trip was to try to do some self-care, to try to do some reevaluation. And I'm right there with you in that what am I going to be doing in 5 years, 10 years? It's going to look a lot different than what I'm doing right now. I made that decision on the trip. Now, what does that look like? I don't know. Got to start working that out.
Do you think that's cultural? So the reason I asked that question, we're planning a trip for Kinley's graduation, a senior trip overseas, and starting to research where we're going and what we're going to be doing. And there's a lot of talk about how in European countries, there's almost it's almost like there's no clocks. Nobody's in a hurry. You go sit down in a restaurant, and that could be a 4-hour thing because until you're ready to leave, they're fine with you sitting there. They don't bring you your check.
Yeah.
You don't make a reservation for 6 p.m. You just kind of show up for dinner. And everybody just moves at their own pace. I just wonder if that's like an American culture thing where it's the daily grind. You gotta work as long and as hard as possible, or in some ways you're a failure.
I think it's that, and I think it's a product of our success. We're so success and stuff driven.
Yeah.
And that's the way the world, and by the world, I mean this country, the people around us, our environment drives us. And so we get caught up in that cycle of, I've got to do more, I've got to do more, I've got to do more. And you get to be 46 years old, you realize you've been killing yourself for 20 years. And you're like, what have I been doing this for? Because at the end of the day, I'm not real happy in what I'm doing. Yeah. And why am I not real happy? It's because I've lost sight of the purpose of what I'm doing, and maybe I've lost sight of my own purpose. I'm not reaching out to God. I'm not fulfilling my priorities like I should.
Did you start out happy?
I don't know. I don't know that I can honestly say I don't know if I have ever been completely fulfilled and happy in what I do. It's a job. I have a great job. There are moments that I had a patient in there. One of my favorite patients, she was in there Monday night, 5:00 appointment, 94 years old, drove herself there. And I had an absolute wonderful time talking with her. One of the most gracious, kind people. She's from a foreign country, has this really cool accent. And I could sit and talk to her for days. Wonderful experience. But for every one experience like that, there's 15 where it's just like, why am I still doing this? Yep. And part of my trip was trying to decide, what do I need to do? What are my values? What are the things I value? How is my current life pointing to those values? How are they serving those values? And trying to start restructuring some of life, because I'm not getting younger. And
and I don't think it's so much what you do as it is why you do it.
Yeah,
which is what I hear you saying. And he says something. This phrase, grace of the world. I rest in the grace of the world and am free. And what I read that is, if you want to be free, you have to be receptive. Mm-hmm. Grace is something you can't claw your way out. You have to receive it. And see if I can do this. In Matthew 6, that's the only sense I can make out of, look at the birds. They don't toil or spin. Does that mean I'm just supposed to sit and wait on food to drop into my mouth? Cindy. Is that what I'm supposed to do? No. The birds, when the opportunities come before them, they seize the opportunity. But they don't feel responsible for making the seed or making the worms. They know the worms are going to be there. And And that's their work, is receiving by the grace of God. That's the grace of the world. And so we can't claw our way out of this anxiety and unhappiness or whatever. We've got to be more receptive and open to what the Lord is giving us.
And a lot of it is just, how do you, we all have vocations, right? I mean, we all have, just different things that we do. And, there are very few of them that are like dream jobs. You may have your dream job, Drew. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. But
it's what I've always, thought I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But, I don't wake up every morning and doing cartwheels.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Because it's work, right?
You get into a grind with whatever it is that you do every day.
They also say don't turn your hobbies into a job, because then you'll not like your hobbies anymore.
Yeah. I've got a nephew who was very close to becoming a PGA professional, he would be a golf pro at a high-end golf course or whatever. Went to Mississippi State to do it, went into their program. They're the place to go do that. And he had
loved golf.
Yeah. He had to shoot, he had to play really well to qualify. He qualified for that. And he went and did an internship down at the beach for a summer, worked at a couple of golf courses there under the pro, went through all of that. And then I heard one day that he had decided to get out of the program and change to like a business major. And his rationale was, I love to play golf. If I keep doing this, I'm going to hate it. Mm-hmm. And it was something that he still plays today, but he didn't want to make that his vocation, because eventually it becomes work.
Right.
Right. And so, so everybody does work, and a lot of it has to be, how do you look at every day? Right. I mean, we all have things that just make us. Millie will, I'm working at home a lot, right? Most of the time. And Millie will peek her head around the corner, and I've got my hand in my head or whatever, and she's like, you okay? And, we all have those moments. But, are you working like you're working for the Lord? Are you trying to have a positive influence on other people? Trying to have a infectious, positive attitude, trying to make the situation around you better than you found it, trying to mentor somebody to, make a positive influence on their life. There's a lot of things in the course of a job that whether it's my dream job of the 11 p.m. Sports Center, which
it's a little late for you, Tim.
Looking like that's not going to happen. But we're
lots of time.
It's never over until it's over.
We could get you on the. I just went blank. What is Leeds called their radio network?
Yeah, I don't even remember now.
Probably Green Wave something.
Moody called it the 411.
Right, 411 network.
Right. We have a RGR media.
We may call it not 411.
We could get you on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be pretty close.
I work on that. Yeah, it'd be very close.
It's a start.
Yeah.
You started your broadcasting career right here.
Yeah, absolutely.
We saw the birth.
That would be a step down from Passages.
Yeah, we just need to grow this podcast. That's what we need to do.
That's right.
But whether you're working on phone bills or supporting building or helping people with their health or helping people with their souls, no matter what you're doing, we can do it in a way that brings value to every day, and brings meaning to every day. Or we can just make it feel like work sometimes. And we all We all get into that. And so sometimes it's not even about the stepping away. It's also about the way you approach every day. I used to hate to come back from vacations because it'd be like, here we go again, and there's been some rough times in my career, but I think I'm, it's easy to say when there's just a few years left, but, and I do feel better about just the approach that I take. And sometimes people will say to me, and I don't mean to boast or be arrogant or whatever, but they're like, Tim, you're always so calm. They're like, and so, because a lot of people are just pulling their hair out all the time at work or whatever. And when you don't do that, it sort of stands out, and,
or if you
and then you get an ulcer.
Right, exactly.
I was going to say, did you tell him that you're like a duck, like your upper body looks really calm, but under the water, your little legs are going really, really fast.
That's right.
Yeah.
But
you could also just tell him you don't have any hair to pull out.
That's right. Exactly. I've got that as a benefit. But anyhow, I think just thinking about the approach you take and the mindset you take into each day can sometimes help as well. It's not about whether you're on the back of a garbage truck or whether you're, president of the United States.
Let me institute the glue clause here. I have a question about this Matthew 6, where he's talking about the birds and the lilies. So this is a little Q&A, not the fourth Sunday, but he talks about, the birds, they don't plant or harvest, store their food. And then he talks about the lilies, and I'm using, I changed translations off the ESV to get different words. So this is New Living Translation for what that's worth. But he says
not much.
Says the lilies don't work or make their own clothing. So my question is I don't know if this is a question. They can't.
Right.
The birds can't plant or harvest, and they can't store their food in barns. And the lilies can't work or make their own clothes. The lilies don't even have a brain. They just do.
Yeah.
So why do you think then these are our examples when we are capable of those things and often afflicted with them? And these two specific examples are, I think I'm right in saying this, literally incapable of doing the things that are kind of what we're supposed to model ourselves after. Does that make sense? Is that a dumb question?
Sentience is not the point of analogy. You have to be careful when there's a comparison. You're usually looking for one point of analogy. So what is it that Jesus is trying to teach us with the birds and the lilies? And it's that they depend totally on God for their provisions.
And I would throw in that, are we really capable of doing that? We're capable of doing it because God has allowed us to do some of that.
But where does it come from
that
ultimately?
Total dependence has to come from God. You
go to the store. I'm just making sure I'm following you.
Yeah.
You go to the store and you buy a pound of ground beef.
Yeah.
You didn't do that on your own. You got money from the company that hired you to do one little part of something that goes way back beyond you.
Yeah.
You received it all.
That's God blessing you with that. God's given us stewardship over his creation, but it's still his creation. And now how it gets to our table, he allows us ways to do that. Just like he allows the plants photosynthesis to get energy. He allows the birds, whatever they have, to get their energy. We're allowed to have these things, and he grants us these things. And there's some that we do. We work for what we get. But ultimately, it all falls down to God is providing for us.
Let me add a bullet point here. Specifically, this section is talking about not worrying, right? And I think that's what I mean. Like, the birds can't worry. They're not capable of it. The lilies don't even have a brain, so they don't do anything except grow photosynthesis, because that's just what their cells do. So I think that's what I'm asking. Why these examples of things that can't worry? Is it that
I think the fact is that God cares for them And so
they don't even have to worry.
And so it's a matter of, why are you so worried about trying to control everything?
And let's be honest, humans are the only things that worry.
Right. And,
right.
Why are you so worried about trying to control everything? You know, things that can't even think, God takes care of them. So probably to that, not overanalyzing the comparison or whatever, but quit sweating it so much. God will take care of you.
Tim.
Right? Don't be a sweat.
Well, and you're kind of playing into the argument. It's kind of one of those how much more arguments.
Mm-hmm.
If he takes care of these birds that can't think and plants that have no brains, how much more valuable are you than they are? He says in verse 26, are you not of more value than they?
Right.
So the point you're giving play into the argument. I mean, it's they're taken care of. Of course, he's going to take care of you.
That makes sense. Glue claws.
Listen,
Jason.
The only last thing I'm going to say, and then I promise I'm going to shut up, is when he talks about despair in his poem. What despair for the world grows in me, or when despair for the world grows in me. I think where I have messed up in my despair at times has been I have looked for happiness and joy externally. I need my job to make me happy. I need my possessions to make me happy. I need my friends around me to make me happy. When happiness or despair, either side of it, comes from within. If you're having a lot of despair in your life, you need to reflect on your values. You need to reflect on your motives. You need to reflect on where you are because you're the only one responsible for those emotions that you feel. Life can give you some really bad situations, but it can't control how you respond to that. Our happiness comes from within. I have to derive my happiness from the fact that God loves me. God has sent his son to die on the cross for me, that I'm redeemed through the blood of Christ. And I have to start with that to find happiness. And then I've got to start looking at my own values and adjusting those values towards God's will for my life and God's will in general. And I have to start working towards that to find happiness. Happiness lies within. It's not without. And I think that's where sometimes I get really bogged down. I'm like, God, I hate this place. This job is killing my happiness. And it's like, no, you're killing your happiness. Listen to how you're reacting. You're acting like a big baby about this instead of going back to the beginning and understanding I'm redeemed by the blood of Christ. That's a good thing to be happy about. I have something to be grateful about every morning when I wake up because I've been redeemed by the blood of Christ. And I can start with that, and then I can build off of that. I'm grateful I have air conditioning. Yeah,
you got to, because the despair grows, and the rest is for a time. And so you have to keep, I don't want to use the word working at it, but that's what I mean. You have to be mindful of it.
Focus on it. Yeah.
You can't just take one vacation a year.
It takes being
and I'm not saying
intentional.
take multiple vacations a year. I'm saying you got to have some peace in your life.
Yeah. And
you got to pray.
And that comes from
you got to take
within.
a daily vacation or weekly vacations or these, you have to.
In recovery circles, they talk about taking a daily inventory. Where are you? Okay. What went well? What didn't go well? What emotions did you feel by the things that didn't go well? What emotions are you feeling by the things that did? How did you handle them? And what could you do better?
It's funny how people get well when they follow the Sermon on the Mount. Isn't that interesting? It's almost as if it was given by someone who knows what we're made of and knows
perhaps
how
created
we
us.
could live right. It's almost as if the Creator wrote that. Funny. All right. So thank you for joining us this week.
Guys,
we're
so back. We're so back.
Oh, is that a word?
Yeah.
We're back. Yeah.
We're back.
I thought you were throwing another slang at me.
We killed it tonight.
We killed it. Yeah, we are back. And
it's been slain.
I would tell our listeners to...
It's a five-star episode.
Yeah.
I'd tell our listeners to leave us a rating and review, but you're not going to do it. I quit saying it several weeks ago because you're just not going to do it. I think the last one was February, and here we're sitting in September.
Let's change the rating and review. How about give us a share? Just share it on your social media.
Yeah.
If you
could
hear
bring
this
yourself
episode,
to do that,
share this episode just one time.
Isn't it the least you could do for all the joy we bring to your life?
The least.
we ask very little. Very little.
And give so much.
Tim started drooling a minute ago because it got past 10:15.
It's way past my bedtime.
But whether you are grateful or not, stay tuned. There's more to come on Passages.
Thanks for joining us on Passages, where faith and friendship and a few food theories collide. If you enjoyed the episode, leave us a rating and review. It helps more than you know. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram @passages_podcast for behind-the-scenes fun and fresh inspiration between episodes.